Have you heard what happened to Frank?
I noticed he was not in school. Is he okay?
He was in a car accident. He has a few broken bones, but he hit his head hard. His sister says he has traumatic brain injury.
Traumatic brain injury? I thought only soldiers get that.
Not true. Traumatic brain injury, TBI, also called acquired brain injury, is a major public health problem, especially among male adolescents and young adults. Half of all TBIs are due to transportation accidents involving automobiles, motorcycles, bicycles, and pedestrians. Approximately 20% of TBIs are due to violence, such as firearm assaults and child abuse, and about 3% are due to sports injuries.
That's interesting, but what exactly is TBI?
TBI occurs when a sudden trauma causes damage to the brain. TBI can result when the head suddenly and violently hits an object, or when an object pierces the skull and enters brain tissue.
That is the first bell. We have to go to class now. Thanks for your service.
Hey Miss Ladd, you look a bit troubled. What's wrong?
A student of mine, Frank, was in a car accident. He has traumatic brain injury. I do not know what to expect or do once he comes back to school.
I have some experience with TBI students. In considering teaching strategies, equal opportunity, not guaranteed outcome, is the objective. You are not expected to lower standards to accommodate students with a disability, but rather are required to give them a reasonable opportunity to demonstrate what they have learned. The effects of brain injury often are confused with learning disabilities. Many students will misidentify as having learning disabilities. This confusion is understandable because they have many common characteristics. Both groups of students can have difficulty with sustaining attention, memory, controlling impulses, organizational skills, integrating skills, generalization, abstract reasoning and social judgment. Many of the teaching methods that teachers use with students with learning disabilities also can be used for students with brain injuries. There are, however, critical differences between these two conditions. The onset of a brain injury is sudden. Because of this, there may be marked before and after changes in the student's physical, academic and social skills. Beyond the immediate changes, some consequences may not appear for months or years after the injury, as the brain matures and schoolwork becomes more complex. By contrast, a learning disability often is diagnosed early in the child's development and schooling. With learning disabilities, there is not the dramatic before and after comparison. Also, students with learning disabilities usually show consistent overall patterns of difficulties in school. By contrast, students with brain injuries often show marked discrepancies in their abilities, doing well in some areas and poorly in other areas. This discrepancy makes their progress more uneven and unpredictable.
Thank you for your insight. I think I will talk to the special education counselor on specific teaching strategies for TBI students.
That is a good idea. Have a good day, Miss Ladd.
Good day, Miss Ladd. I was hoping to see you today. We need to discuss a strategy for Frank when he comes back to school.
That's why I stopped by. What can I do to assist Frank?
Many students with brain injuries find it hard to pay attention or concentrate, especially over an extended period of time. They may not remember the question that was asked, or all the parts of the homework assignment. A task may not be finished, because the student is distracted easily or moves on to something else. Short-term memory often is affected by a brain injury. They will have problem organizing. The student may seem hopelessly lost and unable to sort things out. Strategies for improving in these areas are: reduce distractions in the student's work area, divide work into smaller sections, use cue words and establish a nonverbal cueing system, frequently repeat information and summarize it, use more than one way to demonstrate or explain information. Ask the student to summarize information orally, give him additional time to review and allow time for clarification of directions and essential information.
What about classroom environment?
The following environmental modifications may assist the student as he returns to school. Minimize extraneous auditory and visual stimulation. Provide preferential seating, allow for more space between students, limit number of persons that the student deals with each day. Structure students' activities and schedule to limit number of changes and reduce unstructured time.
Are there any assistive technology tools he could use?
Yes, there are many. A few examples are organizers, voice recorders, and low-tech items such as post-its and highlighters.
Thank you for your assistance. Have a good day.
A few months later, Frank returns to school.
Class, everyone remember Frank? This is his first day back to school. He has a few things to say about his traumatic brain injury.
There are a few things I want you to be aware of. My behavior may seem strange to you at times. I need a lot more rest than I used to. I'm not being lazy. I get physical fatigue as well as a brain fatigue.
It is very difficult and tiring for his brain to think, process, and organize. These skills are a fragile function for a brain injury survivor.
Please resist expecting me to be who I was, even though I look better. Some days are better than others. I am not being difficult if I resist social situations.
Crowds, confusion, and loud sounds will quickly overload his brain. It does not filter sounds as well as it used to. If there is more than one person talking, Frank may seem uninterested in the conversation. That is because he has trouble following all the different lines of discussion.
If we are talking and I tell you that I need to stop, I need to stop, now. And it is not because I'm avoiding the subject, it's just that I need time to process our discussion.
Try to notice the circumstances if a behavior problem arises. Behavior problems are often an indication of an inability to cope with a situation and not a mental health issue.
Please listen to me with patience. Try not to interrupt. Allow me to find my words and follow my thoughts. It will help me rebuild my language skills. Patience is the best gift you can give me.
Thank you, Frank. We will do all we can to help you. And welcome back.